Welcome all to the SnailTrail4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how fantastic iced coffee on tap is, then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Tyler, and joining me for another episode of SnailTrail4x4 in a new kind of location here is the one and only Mr. Jimmy Jett.
What up?
How you doing, man?
We're in a new sort of location.
Sort of, yeah.
We're in a common spot that we've been recording before. There might be some tap dancing going on a little later, but we're sitting in a new spot in Studio L,
I guess it would
Is
be.
That what we called it?
Studio.
No, that's a
S.
Lance.
Yeah, Studio
S.
Studio N. No, that would work.
N.
Yeah, Studio N.
There you go.
All right.
We figured it out.
This is actually, we're sitting at the bar in my house.
Yep.
Which we were kind of unsure of how this was going to work.
My name does not start with K.
It could.
It
could. I thought you were Kevin.
KJ1MMY.
There you go. KJ1MMY and TLR. So, we're at my bar in my house. We had some scheduling stuff come up, so we had to go to my place because there's a baby to be watched. So we may end up pulling a baby on the camera and on the podcast at some point while we're recording over the next couple episodes. But that's the way life is. So we are here, though, and we're making it happen. So we have a toy Jeep. That came from John and Renee.
Okay, I was like, why do we have a Jeep on the table?
I don't. It's the only. It was sitting back here.
Okay,
and we actually
put one of those like pixelated things over it in the video.
Yeah, we can just get rid of that and roll it off of the bar there.
Yeah,
rolls
pretty good.
It does roll pretty good, unlike most Jeeps.
Right.
So kind of rolls over stuff. But anyways, we're here and it should be fun. We got some fun updates for, I guess, the bar to show people around. We have, that's kind of a fun piece. MFer Ryan made it. Grab that old elk over there.
Ooh, it's heavy.
Yeah, he gave me this for Christmas a couple years ago, and it's an old elk completely locked up. We're showing on the camera here. So if you guys are interested in what we're looking at, go to YouTube. But it's an old elk bottle, completely full. He did open it just to sample it and tease me.
Oh, I wonder if it's actually old elk in there.
It is.
Is it?
Well, he claims it is.
Could be iced tea.
It could be iced tea, right? And then he welded a full cage around it.
Yeah, so that's pretty funny.
I can't get into it unless I pull out the grinder and cut the cage open. I'd have to cut the top off here or something.
What if we just drill a hole in the glass and put a little tap on there?
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just I wonder if you can tap glass.
Probably can.
I have that tap and die set.
Yeah.
So anyways, it's scratching the epoxy.
Tabletop.
Anyways, this is a fun piece, and I haven't gotten into it yet because I keep getting other old elks and opening them up. So
we'll just put this one right here.
And this one is the blended straight bourbon whiskey. So it's a regular one.
That's a good one.
Yeah. But there's all sorts of stuff down here behind the bar, and we got a bunch of proof syrups down there.
Yeah. Might just start drinking in the middle of the show. Who knows?
We could I got the Moscow Mule glasses ready to go. We just need some ice.
You, so ready to roll.
There's a bunch of wine in that fridge there
that I hit with my knee and changed the temperature on.
Yeah, you turned the light on in there. Or something.
Is that what I did?
I don't know. You actually hit the self-destruct button, so be careful.
This message will self-destruct.
Yeah. There's a bunch of wine over here behind me in this one. And then this is the beer fridge. And that's the coffee keg.
So is there actually beer in that one?
No, we took the beer keg out. It's over here on my right. I need to figure out what to do with the empty keg.
Stage right.
But in that fridge is the keg that you got me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The home brewer's keg.
Yeah.
So it's in there. It has coffee in it.
I know.
I brewed 5 gallons, 4.5, I think, whatever.
Try that later.
It's fantastic, but it's all coming out of this tap right here.
I'm ready.
So, this is just introducing everybody to the kind of the new recording spot for today and
Monday's episode. Well, Fridays and Mondays probably.
So I guess this week.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what happens next week. So. We get to talk about some fun stuff today, though, because today is Thursday. You guys are listening to this.
We have some winners.
Yeah, we do have wieners.
Yeah. One winner.
Oh, one? Just,
yeah. This week's only one winner.
Next week is the big one.
2 winners.
Yeah.
And we'll probably be able to announce the monthly giveaway as well next week's.
Today's the 25th. I don't know, it'll be close.
It'll be close.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think, I don't know. I could look it up. We could look it up.
Put Brian on it.
Yeah, in theory.
Okay.
It might work out.
Cool. We'll see how that goes. We might have some big winners next week to announce. So let's get into this week's winner, shall we?
Yeah. So this week we did, or last week, I guess, or this week's winner. Last week's winner. Yeah. It's all confusing. Let's see. So we were doing a caption contest.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should pull up what the caption was. We were doing a caption contest with some eye protection and a broken cutoff wheel on them. You're going to pull it up while I'm talking about it?
Yeah, go for it.
And we asked you guys to make a caption of what possibly it was, what happened, something funny, whatever it is. We didn't know what we were going to choose, but I think we all sort of went humorous. And I want to state that I posted the photo, but the photo was not of me. That did not happen to me. I did have some people reach out and were concerned to find out if I was all okay or not. That didn't happen with me, and it also didn't happen with any Walter products out there. So that wasn't their disc that exploded.
No.
So Lawless, Corey, Tyler, and I all voted. I think we wrote in roughly 3 to 5 people's comments that we all appreciated. And we all had different ones for the most part, except we all had this one person's comment on our
vote list.
Yeah, and all 3 of us had it. So that worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
And who was it and what did they say?
It was Azzyrnr, maybe
Yeah.
Azzyrnr?
Azzzy.
I don't know if it'd be Azzyrnr because they don't have forerunners in Australia.
Right.
So it's Azzyrnr, Azzyrnr, and the caption said, "The one time I wear safety glasses, never again."
Never again. Yeah. There was a lot of safety squint comments.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, just protection or, stuff. It was funny. There was a lot of really funny comments in there.
There was some good ones. Yeah.
But that one was good. The one time I wear safety glasses, never again.
Yep.
Totally true. Understand the statement. So yeah, Azzyrnr,
Azzyrnr? I don't know.
Something like
Azzyrnr.
Azzy. Yeah. RNR.
Maybe it's an Arizona forerunner.
Arizona forerunner. Yeah.
Arizonian.
If I don't get in contact with you, please get in contact with me. You won a grinder from Walter Surface Technologies. Excuse me.
Yeah, he's got some pretty fun content. He's got a 5th gen forerunner, a sweet camping trailer.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's nice.
So
looks really good. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He goes out quite a bit. It looks like up in Oregon.
So probably
some other places.
Maybe not Arizona.
Idaho BDR.
Yeah, cool.
North Idaho. Yeah.
You're going to enjoy the grinder.
Yep.
I wanted to steal it out of the warehouse, but didn't have the opportunity. Wah, wah. So
got to create your own opportunities, Jimmy.
I know, right? Absolutely. So let's see. We also have a giveaway going on this week, which is tag a buddy, and you and your buddy are going to win some drill bits. We have a reel over on Instagram happening at SnailTrail4x4's page. So go over there, tag your friends, tag everybody, tag Dax Shepard and Richard Hammond. And maybe we'll give you guys some bonus votes for that. Maybe we'll see how that works.
Only if they reply.
Okay.
You get bonus votes only if they reply.
Yeah, that'll work. We'll give everybody a bonus vote if Richard Hammond or Dax Shepard actually responds to what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, these giveaways are for some drill bits. I'm not entirely sure what drill bit set we are giving away. We're leaving it up to Walter. You might get the SSTs in a bunch of different sizes, or maybe you'll get some taps and dies as well. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but yeah, we're giving away 2 sets, one for you, the tagger, and one for the person that gets tagged. So each of you are going to win some drill bits.
Yep. So we got that one. And then we still have the monthly giveaway going on.
That we do.
You can go check that out over at irate4x4.com under the SnailTrail4x4 forum. Then all your sign up options are there. Just make sure that you're signed up for at least bare minimum the monthly giveaway tier. And that will get you automatically entered for our monthly giveaway each month. And this month, thanks to Walter and what they're doing with us and for all the listeners out there, we're doing a mini mag drill. Mini mag.
So cool. I was over at the warehouse a little earlier, and one of your employees says, I live really close to you. So if I win that mag drill, you can borrow it at any time.
Just a hint.
Yeah. So there might be a 2 for kind of deal going on there. So I might win or Ben might win.
Yeah.
And both of us would be happy with that.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Because if you guys win, then I'm going to come steal it and use it too.
Yeah.
So.
And then you can have the set of 40s.
Yeah. Okay. That worked. Wait. You need the 40s.
I do need the 40s. So anyways, there's a set of 40s up for grabs or any other tires of your choice. If you go on to Apple Podcasts, leave us a review before we get to 750 reviews, then you will be eligible to win a set of Yokohama tires, pretty much of your choice. Has to be DOT approved. It has to be smaller than a 20-inch rim. Once we get to 700 reviews, we're going to be giving away a swag pack and an elite membership to Onyx Off-Road. And then once we get to 750 reviews, we're going to be giving away the set of tires. We still have yet to hear back from, or I haven't heard back. Have you heard back from 1986 Toyota 4x4 pickup?
I have not.
Or was it Forerunner? Pickup. I think it was pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't heard back from him. So hopefully he gets in response to us before the contest or this Yokohama giveaway happens. Just another shout out, or somewhat of a shout out. I have yet to hear from Tyler Lopez 4223 for last week's giveaway, which was, what was that one? What did we, 5 people won? I can't remember what it was. What was it? Do you know?
Last week's giveaway.
Yeah.
5 people won the abrasives, or
the variety pack,
consumable variety pack.
Exactly. Yeah. So I've gotten responses from everybody. I've even messaged Tyler on Instagram, and I haven't heard back from him. So
Tyler,
hit us up.
If you don't, then the other Tyler's going to win those. So, and you know how I like my consumables.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Is that it?
I think that's it.
Is that all?
Yeah. For giveaway stuff.
A lot of stuff going on this weekend.
Yeah. This coming up weekend?
This upcoming weekend.
There's a lot of stuff going on this coming up weekend.
There's P&W Expo.
Yep.
Happening up in Bend, Oregon.
There's
the
MFers will be out there.
The MFers will be up there.
We have a double booth.
Nice.
Forget which booth number it is and where we are at, but we'll have the 24-foot enclosed trailer with plenty of product and lots of air hubs up there.
Sweet. That's exciting.
It is exciting. They all came in, and we're making it happen. We've already started processing all the pre-orders in the system. So if you had a pre-order for an air hub, it's getting processed, and yeah, you should have email confirmation coming through this week. And then we'll have them up at P&W Expo as well. So there's that.
Yeah. There is Rubathon happening this weekend.
Rubathon's going on this weekend.
Up on the Toyota Land Cruisers Association, up on the Rubathon. There'll be a whole bunch of Land Cruisers out there and other trucks as well. Forerunner mini truck run. I know there's a bunch of people on that one. Sorry, we both aren't going to be there.
Yeah.
We do enjoy that run a lot.
I do.
It sounds like you possibly might do a day trip somewhere on the Rubicon.
Might. If we go, it sounds like it's leaning more towards Saturday, but if Hussman's able to do his overnight trip Friday, Saturday, then I might go in with him on Friday to like Spider, maybe Buck, and then come back out.
Yeah. Sure. Understood.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Let's see what else is going on this weekend. This weekend, there is a Ultra 4 race out of Prairie City.
Oh, geez. I didn't know that was going on.
Yeah. So I was talking to Jason from Wheeling Wine and Whiskey on the way over here, and he's going to be out there all weekend. He's going to be camping out there.
He's not going to Rubathon?
No.
I know how much he loves Toyotas.
I know. He is a secret Toyota lover.
Yes, he is.
I'm shocked he's not doing the Rubathon.
Yeah.
I know.
Don will be out at Rubathon though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to take his convertible Land Cruiser or excuse me, Land Rover out there.
Just put a Land Cruiser symbol on it and see if people notice.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's going on. Geez, I don't know if there's anything else, but there's just some big events happening around our neck of the woods at this point in time.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully you guys are getting out and enjoying the summer. Summer is in full blast, full swing. So enjoy it while it's here. Sounds like fire season is starting here in Northern California.
Yeah.
There's a couple fires going on. So just be aware, be very safe out there. There was one in Tahoe, I think this past weekend.
I didn't hear about that one.
I think it was Tahoe National Forest. Some people were camping right next to the lake. A lake. I don't know. It wasn't Lake Tahoe, but it was, I don't think it was, but it was a lake. And they left their fire smoldering after they left. And it caught the area on fire there. And they were literally within like 10 to 15 feet yards of the lake.
Oh, wow.
And they couldn't have just used the lake water to put their fire out. And so that one's getting some social media news right now, attention. So please, people, just be very aware when you're out camping, put your fires out. Yeah, seriously. We don't need people camping, whether it's foot camping, backpacking, vehicular camping, whatever it is. We just don't need our recreation opportunities getting taken away from us because we don't know how to put fires out, our campfires out.
Absolutely.
And you know, if we can learn how to put our campfires out, then we're more likely to be able to have campfires in the first place.
Right.
So get your campfire permits, learn how to do that properly. It's very simple, very easy. Just drown and stir, drown and stir, drown and stir. Keep doing that until you can put your hand on the fire pit. So go get your fire permits. Let's see.
So were they there when it spread, or did they? Are you just?
I think they left.
Okay.
At least the social media post makes it seem as though they left an unattended smoldering fire, like they just packed up and left for the weekend.
But it was too much work to walk down to the lake to grab water to drown the coals.
Yep.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
It's really difficult sometimes.
It is, you know, yeah, it is. Anyway, so enough of that. Be wary. It's just big camping season. Pick up after yourself. If you see trash other people left, try and pick it up too. Go with trash bags, take stuff with you, take it, whatever you take in, take it out with you. Just all that good stuff, good trail etiquette, good camping etiquette. Leave the areas we go to and visit better than they were when we got there.
Absolutely.
So
great way to put it.
Yeah.
I know whenever I go camping with the mini assistant or a bunch of the other children, I always challenge them at the very end to pick up 5 pieces of trash or 10 pieces of trash. You go like, who can grab 5 pieces of trash the quickest?
Yeah.
Right. Ready, go. And you just have a bag and you stand there and you let the minions run around and grab the trash for you. And then you count them as they're putting them away and you try to keep track for them. Mm-hmm. And then you just have them pick up, you know, if there are 5 of them picking up 5 pieces of trash, you know, and you count all
38 pieces of trash.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, you count all the little things because even if they grab something small, it's something that they cleaned up that shouldn't have been there.
Yep. Yeah. Good stuff.
Gamify things.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see. We got some other, I don't want to say other big news, but it seems like word is getting around that
I don't know what you're going to say.
That there's been some big movements of different BLM offices nationwide.
Okay.
Asking for public comment about different trails in that BLM office area.
Got it.
And
good
so
news.
That is good news. And some off-roaders are being very wary of it. And they're putting up like posts saying, looks like BLM is up to no good here. Everybody be careful and be on the lookout.
Yeah.
And I get that sentiment because it seems like continuously getting screwed over by BLM with our off-roading and OHV trails and roads nationwide. But really it comes down to when they do these public comment periods, if the OHV users do not show up and give comment, then we get screwed.
Right. They think we don't care.
They think we don't care. They think that that stuff is not getting used. And therefore, if it's not being used, it has no reason to be open. Right. That was the major argument with all the closures in the Gemini Bridges area in Moab. So the fact that they are reaching out and putting it on social media for public comment is good. And we as a community, as an industry, need to be giving public comments when those opportunities arise. If we don't, we are just screwing ourselves. It's not the BLM screwing us. It's us not mobilizing and not taking action. Maybe because we're like, oh, that's in another state. I'm never going to go there. It's not, I don't need to worry about it kind of thing.
Sure.
And that's how the trend starts and then accelerates.
Right.
Is apathy.
Yeah.
So,
and even if it is in another state, all you got to do is like, I haven't been there yet, but I really want to go.
Yeah. I've been looking at that area and I really want to come there and spend a week there, vacation or something. I was planning for a vacation next year and I was looking at this area as one of my choices. That's all you got to say. And it just shows the BLM that there are people looking at that spots. There are people using those locations. And there's interest in that recreation opportunity. So, the more we can speak up, the less likely that we will get trails shut down. And a perfect example of that is what happened in Idaho. We covered it a couple weeks ago. The Idaho BLM office, one of them, Southern Idaho, I believe, reached out for public comment about all these different trails. And they had such a huge response from the OHV community. They actually scrapped the entire plan and are redrafting a whole new plan because of it. So
awesome.
That is proof that if we step up and get together on these BLM public comment periods, good things happen for us, but we need to step up in the first place. So,
Yep. That's good news. And don't I understand being wary, but think of it as they're giving you an opportunity to speak. And if we don't speak, then they're just going to take it away.
Yeah. And just sharing the post on social media and complaining about it is not speaking.
No, not at all.
You have to send in the comments to the BLM through their protocols and processes. So
yes,
if you are looking for ways to do that, you've got 10 minutes extra in your day and you want to sit down and fill out a couple public comments, go check out Blue Ribbon Coalition. They have a lot of great resources on their website, on their social media page, for current call to actions that are happening right now that you can go in and just spend 10 minutes writing a quick letter saying, hey, I was thinking about coming there. It would be really sad to see this close because I was looking at bringing my family there for vacation. Me and my friends were going to come out there, whatever it is. So check out Blue Ribbon Coalition. They're doing an awesome job at following all those, and do what you can.
Absolutely.
So,
nice.
Yeah, that's our kickoff midsummer rant, I guess. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I guess the midsummer rant was control your fires, man. There's 2 or 3 fires already going on around us. One of them was right down by Chris's house down in Livermore area. Wow. Yeah, just the other side of the hill from Lawrence Livermore Labs was just burning up the other like a week, maybe a month ago by the time this airs.
I had a fire across the street.
It was when we were driving home from Marlin Crawler's event. It was like just you looked over to the passenger side as we're driving up 99 or driver's side, and there's just a plume of smoke just going crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's nuts. Everything's dry here in California right now, so just either don't have a fire or understand how to work with a fire and have one appropriately.
Yeah.
I'm to the point right now where it's so dry outside, I'm probably just not going to have fires.
Yeah. Yep.
So get my induction oven going.
There you go. Induction oven. Yeah, man. So let's see. We got some stuff that we've been up to.
Sort of.
Yeah. Sort of. I have a couple of things.
Okay, good. I had a very not off-road weekend. I guess.
Same. I did some other fun things. I made myself bleed a few times. So yeah,
you went the wrong way.
Yeah, I did go the wrong way. Sorry. I failed. I can't even accomplish that. No, I'm just kidding. We're
gonna be really flagged on YouTube for that comment.
Man. So I actually had a fire here at the house.
At the house?
Right across the street.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So there's that big field right across the street.
Yeah.
And it's great because it's a giant field that's owned by the city. And they keep a massive dirt pile there to repair the levees here in Sacramento, sure. Right? So it's the main pole pile to repair the levees after the wintertime. And there's a highway right on the side that is actually the levee for the river.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I guess somebody was driving by and threw a cigarette out or something out the window into the dry grass there, and it created a grass fire in that field across the street.
Dang.
And I was sitting up in my office and I was like, what's that? something's burning.
Smelled smoke.
Yeah. I was like, that's not a good smell to smell.
No.
And so I looked out the window and sure as hell, there's smoke everywhere outside. I'm like, shit, what is going on? The last time this happened, it was on the freeway side behind the house.
Okay.
But I ran outside real quick and I'm like, shit, the whole field is on fire over there.
Yeah.
The Lance and the 4Runner were parked on that side of the street. So I moved those to this side of the street real quick. Called the fire department. They're like, yep, someone's on the way, and hung up on me. And I was like,
okay.
I guess so. But they said it was south of my house. So I gave them my address.
Yeah.
And they were like, it's the fire just south of that, right? And I was like, well, I mean, in theory, yes, but it's like south of my house, 100 feet. Like it's not that far south of my house.
Sure.
And if you go to the highway, you'll be able to access that side, but you're not gonna be able to access the whole field. You need to send a unit over to my house.
This side.
To my, and they hung up on me before I could say that. And I was like, okay, I guess they'll figure it out when they get here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here on high alert.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull my garden hose out and start watering my roof off.
Pretty much. So anyways, I was out there in the field and the whole neighborhood starts coming out because everyone's starting being like, what the hell is there smoke in the air for?
Sure.
And so it turns out it started out and it burned the whole embankment over there. You can see it, but I went out into the field as it was kind of working its way. It kind of went down into a culvert and hadn't quite hit the bottom of the culvert yet.
Okay.
And so I went over to check and see, because there's a house, a property kind of in the field. And so I went over there to check and see what it looked like. Like, is this person's house going to burn down?
Yeah,
Do we need to try and set up some sort of defensive space there really quick? And there's a dude in the backyard with a garden hose spraying his fence.
Sure.
And on one side, because the fire was already at his fence on one side.
Oh, dang.
But he wasn't paying any attention to the other side, which is where I was at.
Yeah.
And that's where the fire coming to the culvert was coming at him pretty quick. And I'm like, there's a wall of fire coming at this dude. And he's like in the corner, not paying any attention to what's going on at his back. And so I started yelling at him. I'm like, yo, you got a wall of fire coming at you, bro. Can you hear me? Hey, you there? Nothing. Didn't get a single response. He never looked back. I don't know if he ever heard me. But maybe then maybe, I don't know. But all of a sudden the wind shifted and I was covered in smoke.
Oh,
and I was like, that's not good.
Yep. It's coming at you.
That means the fire is coming right at me.
Yeah.
And so I jumped and ran out of there. And sure as hell, once the fire got to the bottom of the culvert and started coming up with the wind behind it, within 2 minutes, right where I was standing yelling at the dude, was all in flames.
Wow.
And so I assumed the guy was fine. Afterwards, I went and looked and the fire never reached his house, but he had a bunch of like plastic slats in the chain link fence.
Yeah.
All those were gone.
All melted
And gone. Yeah. But the fire department was able to get into the construction area and drove a truck over and was able to spray down and get hoses and contained everything. Yeah. But dang, it was an exciting hour and a half there.
I bet.
So I had that go on. And then from there, I got to rage war with a couple of wasp nests around the property. That's always fun.
How that works.
Yeah. Your property is better for it than mine is. So I got to do that.
Were they like in your eaves or like those like kind of not mud dauber nests, but the paper cone?
Yeah, it was a paper cone wasp.
Okay.
So one of them was actually under the camping trailer.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to leave that there as a present for somebody, whoever gets a trailer next. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to tear it out. But the other one, it was hard to find. They were flying around my gutters on the top of the second story.
Okay.
And so I was like, man, how do I get up there to check and see? And B, if I use my big ass extendable ladder,
how do I get down?
Not how do I get down, but how do I get up there in a way that I'm not going to get stung, because I'm allergic to wasps.
Oh.
So if I get stung by a wasp, I blow up like a balloon.
Yeah.
I don't think it gets to anaphylaxis stage, but anaphylactic stage.
You don't have a EpiPen?
I don't have an EpiPen around.
Got it. I did see a video on Instagram of some like guy in one of those boom lifts, like arms, like attacking a wasp nest or something. And I think he like knocked it down or whatever, but then the wasps got angry.
Yeah.
And then he's stuck in this boom, little tiny little
you can't go anywhere.
Thing way up in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
And he's just like spraying and flapping around. And I'm like, man, Not smart.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
You put yourself in a bad spot.
Yeah. That's essentially what I was doing on this ladder. I mean, I have
what you would have done.
Yeah.
Or did you get a ladder?
I have a ladder.
Did you use it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You did.
So
you did the same.
It was, I don't know, 100, 105 degrees outside. Put myself in a jacket, pants, and my ski burqa thing.
Yeah.
Went up there and looked around, and I couldn't find the nest without getting my head up above the gutters.
Okay.
And I was like, man, this is kind of shisty with this ladder up this high. To get my head above the gutters. So I just kind of sprayed down the gutters, sprayed under a couple of the tiles. And it seemed to do the trick. And then the next day there was wasps everywhere. And I was like, damn it, I didn't get it. So now I got to get up there and it's under the tiles somewhere.
Yeah. I forgot you had tiles.
And I got to find out where it's at and really get the spray directed under those tiles on the nest. So I
still need to do that.
Yeah. No, I did it. And I went up there and found the nest and got it sprayed good. But when I sprayed it, there was the wasps in the area, I guess, figured it out and started coming around. And I was like, I'm in a bad spot right now.
Yes.
This is not good.
Yeah.
So I was like that dude sitting, spraying around, waiting, and I was hunching down and trying to spray as they came around me. But it ended up working.
Okay.
I lived, I didn't fall off a ladder, and I didn't get stung.
Hey,
and the wasp nest is dead. So I'm happy, but I was very much like, I probably shouldn't do that again. I'm just going to call somebody next time.
Probably. Jimmy,
can you come over? So I did that. And then I also went and climbed a tower. On Sunday in the middle of the heat.
Okay. Nice. Why?
Because we needed to get an antenna up for a neighborhood fire watch.
Got it.
GMRS system. My father-in-law, essentially him and some other people built a nonprofit organization.
Sure.
To build GMRS repeater systems in local neighborhoods around the Placerville area.
Yeah, smart.
And so they can use those repeater systems to warn people about fires.
If they're listening.
Well, the idea is that they buy out of use commercial radios.
Okay.
That get reprogrammed and reset up for this one repeater frequency. And then you just keep that radio on in its charging cradle in a central spot in the house.
Sure. And then any chatter across it will come through, but they're trying to keep it to emergency stuff only.
Yeah. Got it. So they do emergency nets, which are non-emergency traffics, and where they practice communicating on there if there is an emergency, right?
Yeah.
So they do those once a week. But the cool thing, what he's done is he's made the system so that the sheriff department, the El Dorado County Sheriff, can get on and do an emergency broadcast on that system as well.
Okay.
Nice. So if there's other emergencies going on in the area and they need to notify people or evacuate people, they can get that out there. So anyways, I've been helping do a lot of the tower work for those systems.
Okay. Yeah.
And so we were setting up a tower in the Latrobe area, and it was very hot, a very lower quality tower. And so it's the rungs, or there's no rungs. Like with a normal tower, the rungs will go a flat one, diagonal one, and then flat.
Okay.
So you have 2 flats to kind of climb up the tower on, right? This one, all the rungs were X's.
Oh, lovely.
So
that's an easy climb.
Yeah, it sucks because the only way to get your foot in there is to wedge your foot into the X.
Into the crotch. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I have specific shoes I wear for that have a really hard plastic arch built into the shoe. They're actually old tennis court shoes.
Oh, okay.
And so that helps a ton. But like once you start getting to the top of the tower where the legs are really narrow, they're only 6 to 8 inches apart. Your foot really gets wedged in there, and it can't really get wedged and ends up sitting at an angle. So I'm supporting myself sitting on this tower with 1 foot this way, 1 foot that way, and my legs kind of out are wrapped around the tower.
Yeah. Sounds wonderful.
And so in 100+ degree heat, trying to get this antenna on, and we had a couple of issues, and we were trying to use a hole saw to enlarge the hole on top of the tower, and it just wasn't working out very well. And then finally somebody found a piece of pipe, fence top post pipe that we were able to stick in the corner of the leg of the tower, because it wasn't a solid bar or a solid tube like good towers are.
Okay.
It was kind of like bent metal.
Oh,
like bent sheet metal almost. Like I was,
so you put the top post, the round top post in the crack
in the back of the corner of the sheet metal. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
To help so that we didn't crush it when we tightened down the brackets for the antenna.
Oh, sure.
Because if you crush the corner and it loses that rigidity structure, then the whole tower fails.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were putting it in the V that your foot was on.
Oh, no.
So you wouldn't be at an angle.
No. Yeah. We had to use the pipe to attach the antenna to the tower without crushing the leg.
Sure.
And thus destroying the tower.
Yeah.
So, that was a long day. I got very dehydrated and my legs and feet did not work for 36 hours afterwards. Dang. So, and I'm bleeding in multiple spots. So I cut myself.
Is that when you were cutting yourself?
That's the hole saw right there.
Ooh,
nicked my arm.
Fancy.
That is from some sharp spots on the tower, trying to hold and support myself while working. And then I took a big chunk out of my knuckle working a wrench and hitting the sheet metal on the tower. So
sounds like a great time.
It was a fun day. It was a fun day. So, but I got Pizzasaurus Rex afterwards, so I was happy.
What?
It's a pizza. You haven't been to Pizzasaurus Rex?
No.
Yeah. You're not down in Sacramento.
No.
There's an awesome pizza place down in downtown.
Okay.
Midtown.
Called Pizzasaurus Rex.
Pizzasaurus Rex.
All right.
Amazing pizza. If you're ever in Sacramento and get a chance to go there, they have a
dino bites too.
I don't know. That would be pretty hilarious though if they had
dino bites,
chicken nugget dinos.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a 1 hour wait from ordering. So that they're always super busy.
They're always swamped, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gnarly.
Yep. But that was my weekend. So it was interesting. It was fun. The Forerunner was down at Moonlight Madness.
Yeah. I was going to ask how that went.
Supposedly well. Armin actually reached out to me.
Oh, cool.
The national marketing director for Trail Gear.
Yeah.
He reached out and said, hey, are you here? I see your Forerunner's down here. I was like, nope, that's Ryan. He's down there having a good time.
Yeah.
So sent him down. He goes, okay, cool. Turns out Ryan went up Posse in the Forerunner, which is like,
what is that?
It's probably the hardest obstacle on Bald Mountain.
Okay.
Down in the Fresno area. So, and he said it walked right up. He didn't have the right line at first because the spotter had the flashlight right next to his direction hand.
Yeah.
And so,
so he couldn't see what he was doing.
What the spotter was trying to communicate because the flashlight was blinding Ryan and not showing what the communication was. So he got a little offline and almost rolled the Forerunner. But once he got back online, it went right. He said it walked right up, no problem. Sweet. It was fun. So
cool.
Yeah, they also, turns out Ryan played around with the overheating in the Forerunner while he had it down there. And he said that if the air conditioner was on, the Forerunner wanted to overheat as soon as it started going up any inclines.
Okay.
But with the air conditioner off, the temperature never got close to wanting to overheat. And so the only reason why the air conditioner would impact that would be the condenser, right? Because the air conditioning system is separate from everything else. And the only thing that would impact the cooling system is that the condenser for the AC is right in front of the radiator, thus making it hotter. The air has to go through the hot condenser and heat up before it hits the radiator.
Yeah. But what about the pulleys on the engine? Maybe there's more of a lag or a resistance
draw if the AC clutch is engaged.
There's more effort going through the engine to some extent,
and it's just enough to where the engine's not happy.
Yeah, I mean
that combined with
we're drawing at straws any direction we go.
Yeah,
we've tried to diagnose this thing I don't know how many times.
Yeah,
but it could be both. Yeah, I mean it could definitely, your condenser could be getting hot. And now you're putting hotter air into the radiator, which is already warm, and now it can't cool it down enough there. There might be something with, there's just more strain put on your engine when you engage the compressor.
Maybe.
And it just is, it's just slowing things down or making your engine work a little bit harder, a little bit more, and it's just too much.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just warming, the warm air from the condenser is getting to the warm air for the radiator and it's going into your engine more and it's just heating the back of that engine up more. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still at a loss as to what's going on. So
I think we've solved it actually though.
Yeah.
You just can't use your air conditioner.
No.
It sounds like it's fine without using the AC.
I die in heat, Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's
Well, and when I used it on tracks up in the snow, I wasn't using the air conditioner and I was still getting warm.
Really? You didn't have the air conditioning on for the defroster?
I don't think I was running the defroster at all.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful, gorgeous day outside.
Okay.
I didn't need to run the defroster.
Okay.
Windows were down.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Yeah. So it was still heating up when I was driving it around.
All right. I think I need to I think this week I'm going to play around with driving it around without the hood on and see what happens. Cause it's supposed to be a kind of, it's cooling off this week a little bit, but we should still have some hot days. So
yeah. Well, it's supposed to get down. Yeah. This weekend, it's supposed to be like low 90s, but then Monday it's supposed to be like 100 again.
Yeah.
So, but it was funny because the day after, I think, or maybe even driving home that day, I told you to take the hood off. I saw a car driving down a road without the hood on.
Nice.
So that was pretty funny.
Yeah. I have been getting a lot of people writing in with suggestions about the cooling system and questions about it. And it's so far everything that people have suggested, I have already tried.
Yeah.
So I am still looking for creative ideas. And so keep writing in if you guys have creative ideas. I'm definitely all ears. I want to try and see if there's a way to fix this. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah,
we'll cut holes in the firewall into the cab.
Yeah.
To let the heat escape.
Get out. Yeah, that works.
And then you could tube it down to the floor somewhere.
I could hook up that into the ball heater vent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just warm those testes up.
It doesn't work in the summertime though.
Nope, not at all.
Swalls.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, too funny.
Anyways, how was your weekend? What'd you get done?
Weekend was good. I did not do a whole lot. This was tech week for the mini assistant. So it was her technical practices for the play that was coming up.
Okay.
So she had practices. Let's see. So she had a practice on Friday, and then it was like Father's Day. And then, yeah, right. And then wasn't that last week? Last weekend was Father's Day?
2 weekends?
Was it 2 weekends ago?
2 weekends ago, yeah.
No, well.
Yeah, it was 2 weekends ago because that was, well, no, that was the 17th weekend, right?
Yeah. Well, anyway, so it was tech, and then I think it was Father's Day. And then all this week was tech. So every afternoon it was like taking her to the theater and, picking her up. And for a bunch of it, the assistant and I just drove her there, and then we went to Monk's and hung out at Monk's for an hour to 2 hours, just having dinner, having a drink, and then we pick her back up and
they still have your guys' whiskey there or whatever you got?
We signed up for another year.
Did another year.
So we got, they're like bottle wine releases. Every quarter we get a bottle of whiskey. And we signed up for, so there's 2 ways you can sign up at Monk's. One is, I
really like that program, by the way. I think
it's fantastic.
Explain the program, because if people haven't heard about it, like if you can talk your local bar into doing this, it really is a phenomenal program. I just don't go to Monk's enough to use it.
Yeah.
Like I'm just going to walk in and be like, hey, I'm Jimmy Jet.
You can. They would know that you're not.
I know, right?
But you can probably walk in and say, Jimmy said I could have one of his drinks. Now, Ben and all you other people, no. Maybe I have to go tell the bartender that's not allowed. Here's the 5 people are allowed to have drinks out of my bottle. Yeah. So our one of our local bars, which actually is the bar that the assistant and I went on our first date, which is actually Wednesday, is our 6-year dating anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you guys track that one too?
Well, she does.
Okay.
And then she expects me to remember and wants to do something. And I'm like, no, we got married. This one's now out.
That's like, null and void.
It's null and
Doesn't
void.
matter.
And what matters is our anniversary of our wedding.
Yeah.
And I was arguing that at the bar this last week, and there was 2 guys at the bar going like, doesn't matter, dude. Doesn't matter.
You're not going to win
If she wants to continue to do that one, then you got to continue to do that one. And then you got to remember baby moons and all the other things that happen. I'm like, oh God, no. Thankfully, we don't have a baby moon. But anyways, so our local bar that we go to.
Can you remember mine for me?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
You got to tell me when it was. But yeah. Let's see. So the local bar we go to has this whiskey club. And the whiskey club is more or less, you buy into the whiskey club. The standard version is it's somewhere around $1,000, and you get 2 bottles of whiskey quarterly.
Mm-hmm.
So, and one of the bottles we get to take home, and comes home with us, and we put it on our bar right at the house. And one of the bottles stays at the bar at this. Actually, it's a brewery that has a fantastic whiskey collection.
Yeah.
And so then anytime you go to the bar, I can ask to have a drink out of my bottle, and the drink is free.
Yeah.
So I can order an old fashioned, the drink is free. A whiskey sour, the drink is free. It doesn't matter if they have to
what mixers they use.
Like I could probably do a Long Island whiskey tea thing, and the drink is free. Even if they have to use other alcohols to put in it.
Mule.
Yeah, whiskey mule, other alcohols to put in it, other mixers, whatever it is. As long as it comes out of my bottle, the drink is free until my bottle's used up.
Yep.
Lately, back in the day, you literally used to have your bottle on a shelf.
Yeah.
Now they've gone too many years of this, and people haven't been drinking their whiskey, and they're collecting too many bottles. They've now gone to, you get 13 drinks out of your bottle, and we're keeping track of your drinks in our system.
Okay.
Is kind of how it came down.
Gotcha.
So now they don't have to keep all the bottles on the shelf. So they don't have to have all the names on them. They don't have to find them. They just go grab the bottle, make a drink, they tally you up, and then they follow that. And they also want you to try and finish your bottles within, I think, a calendar year of when the bottle's released.
So what if you don't use 13 drinks from your bottle? I mean, like, so what if you end up getting like 16 drinks out of your bottle?
Well, then you got lucky because you're only supposed to have 13.
So is it based on time as well? So 13 drinks or until the quarter's up?
You're supposed to try to finish your bottles within the calendar year of when the bottle came out.
The calendar year. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
So, whenever the bottle came out in January, February, I have until January, February to finish that bottle.
Okay.
Which I just did this last week. Nice. So, and
now it came out in January, February. So
the bottle that came out
7 months ahead now.
Yeah. The bottle that came out in January or February, I finished. And then the bottle that came out in like May or June or whenever that one was released, I have like 11 more pours on that bottle.
Okay.
Something like that. And I think the one that came out near the end of the year last year, I just finished. I still have first quarters and second quarters, some pours in those.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so there's also another tier that is you only buy a bottle that stays at the restaurant, and you don't take a bottle home.
Yeah.
So the very first year that we did it, we didn't actually sign up. We just sort of bought bottles whenever they were released, and we put them on the shelf.
Yeah.
The second year we did it, the assistant and I both signed up for a bottle at the bar and a bottle to take home. And then we're just taking too many bottles home. And then the next year, I think we signed up for only one of us, like we had one bottle at Monk's and one bottle that we took home.
Okay.
And we were running out of the bottle at the bar too fast. So now this year we have one of us is on the only bottle at the bar, and one of us is on a bottle at the bar and a bottle to bring home.
Okay.
Yeah. So we each have our bottle. Yeah. We each have our bottle at the bar, and then we have one bottle at the house.
Nice.
Yeah. But it's fun because you get to walk in, you'll be like the other day we walked in, we had 4 drinks, 2 cocktails each, and I had a side of fries.
Yeah,
and our
appetizer or
bill
something.
Was $6.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Granted, I tipped higher because when we enroll in the program, I don't tip.
Okay.
And then whenever I get a drink, I tip.
Okay.
And so that's how I felt that it was better that way. Like I'm tipping the bartender that's giving me the drink,
the service,
instead of the guy that sold me the whole entire package.
Yeah.
So get your mind out of the gutter. But it's a lot of fun. So this entire week has been tech week for the mini assistant. I've been taking her to theater. We've been hanging out at Monk's the entire weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She had shows. Friday and Saturday, there were like 5, started at like 5 and went to like 8. And then like we had to drop her off for rehearsals beforehand and then the play. And then Sunday was a matinee. So I really didn't have a ton of free time this week just because I would do my day job, which is SnailTrail4x4, stuff during the day or some sort of podcast work or whatever. My typical day nowadays is I wake up in the morning, I edit a podcast, I create the YouTube video, then I go do any snail armor work, then I try to work on SnailTrail4x4, and then I go do whatever the assistant needs me to do the rest of the day. But this week was, edit podcast, edit YouTube video, then take the mini assistant to theater and hang out with my wife at Monk's for a few hours.
Nice.
So I didn't, not a lot got done this week for me, but it was good family time because on Friday there was family that showed up. On Saturday, friends showed up of the mini assistant. And then on Sunday, my family showed up for the play. So got to see a lot of family, got to hang out with a lot of people, got a lot of Monk's time.
Yeah.
I still, I have one secret pour that is like 2 or 3 years old that the bartender knows that I've been saving this pour and I want it. And he literally put it in like a tiny little flask and it's labeled downstairs in like underneath the bar, like this,
in Monk's cellar?
In Monk's cellar. Yes.
Okay.
There's a whole
make sure that got put
there's
in
a
there.
whole subfloor, like a basement to Monk's. And back in the day, they wanted to like build a secret staircase down and build like a sort of small speakeasy thing. And then the speakeasy opened across the street and they're like, no, we don't want to do that. And then the one opened in Old Folsom or Old Roseville. And they're like, okay, it's kind of overplayed now.
Yeah.
And it's weird because at one end of the basement, it's like 12 feet tall. And then near the front of the store, it's like 5 feet tall. Oh. So like the whole thing gets shallower as you get closer to the street.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
But I've been down there a few times to get random stuff.
Nice.
So it's fun. So that's what I mainly did. I did put the welding table into place.
Nice.
I started outfitting it. I totally screwed up on the welding table.
Yeah.
What
happened?
So I'm going to try to figure out
how. It all looked really good.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
When I built the welding table, I put 2 hitch receivers and stuff all on and built the legs and put the wheels on and everything. And then when I flipped the table over, one of the hitch receivers is pointing the wrong way.
It's in the back of the table?
Well, so I have one on the side and I have one on the short side and one on the long side.
I know what happened. Okay.
Right. So when I built it so that one pointed out towards the roll-up door and one pointed out towards Samantha. Then when I flipped it onto its wheels, now one's pointing into the cabinets and one's pointing out to Samantha. I built it the mirror image of how I actually wanted it.
Yeah. So you either have one into your countertop.
I have one into the counter and one facing out towards Samantha.
One into the shop space.
Or I spin it 180 degrees. I have one facing the wall and one facing out towards the roll-up door. So...
Looks like you just get to add a receiver.
That's pretty much it. I'm going to figure out a way to use the cherry picker just to lift the plate up, I think, and then cut out one of the sides and add another receiver in.
Oh, that's more effort than I would put into. I would just weld a receiver onto the square tubing frame under the table.
Yeah, maybe I could do it in the corner.
Yeah,
that might not be a too bad idea. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. So, but I do still need, I've put like underneath the welding table, put all the grinding stuff underneath there. I put the Dremel. I put all the discs and everything that I have. I have a whole bunch from Benchmark abrasives still. I need to get
some. When we did the work with them.
Yeah, when we did the work with them. I need to get some more from Walter because I'm going to be going through a bunch here soon.
You already went through a couple.
I have.
You were like, I need more.
I need more. Those ones work so good. It's funny because after the conversation with Corey and all the Walter talk, I was looking at what flapper discs I have from them, and they're the high density ones. I'm like, okay, I know what these are now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to need some better and more aggressive stuff from Walter for sure.
Yeah.
But I found that like a lot of the stuff I have sort of takes up the bottom shelf almost completely. And then there's a huge chunk of space till the top of the welding table. So I might add a drawer in, I might add a shelf in. I think if I add the bar that I want to put in there that I can hang my welder or the clamps on and all that. I was considering doing that on the shorter side and I don't think it's enough space. So I don't know if I'm going to do 2 levels of it or maybe store some in another spot. I'm still trying to figure out that. I have more clamps than I have space available because I tried literally clamping them all on the top edge of the welding table. And I have 2 clamps that don't fit. Yeah.
What I really like, I love having the wall space to be able to put stuff on. So like I put up that metal pegboard. I forget which company it was, but I love it. And then I have
wall control.
Yes. Wall controls. And then I have my grinders hanging on there. I've got my clamps hanging on there, magnets, corner magnets to create 90 degrees. I've got my squares hanging on there. So anything that I'm doing fabrication wise, I can just reach up, grab, use it, and then just slap it back up there. And the work surface stays nice and, well, I don't want to say tight, empty, but I put to shit there all the time while working.
Sure. Yeah, we all do. Like Alex Steele, like we talked about with Dirt Lifestyle Nate, he said he hates flat surfaces because they just become a catch-all.
Yes.
So he wanted to remove all flat surfaces out of his shop and just sort of have like one table that he has to work on, because then he always is going to keep that table clean because he has to for the next project and whatever he needed to work on.
Yep.
I agree with him, but I also like flat surfaces as sort of a catch-all to some extent.
Right. I need more to catch stuff.
Yeah. I bought 2 wall controls for the back of the wall. I just have...
That's right. You've had those for a while, right?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought 3 at one point, and I put 1 behind my floor drill press.
Okay.
And I bought the other ones were going to go behind the welding table. I just have never put them up.
Yeah.
I also have a lot of stuff on the wall there.
Yeah.
And so I'm considering rearranging that whole wall, even though I kind of like it.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it needs to get like, it's good for a catch-all and some cinematic shots, but I'm losing a lot of wall space for actual functionality.
Yeah.
So
that wall control you have would be perfect up there, because you were asking about whether or not you should put a like metal up to protect the wall from sparks, hot metal dust going over there kind of thing. And that wall control would be perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's metal. So it'll help protect the wall from any debris, sparks, flame, whatever's going on there, hot slag, but it also give you a lot of functionality for organization.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing a combo of both, making like a 4, maybe like 6-inch tall, just piece of metal that's across the back wall in that general area. I also have some plugs right there already. And so I'm going to get just some generic like caps to fill them off so that no metal dust or random stuff goes into the plugs. Which they wouldn't connect one side to the other, but there is a concern there.
Yeah.
And then I was going to go wall control up from there.
Okay.
I also really want to put the welder over there in the welding cart, but I just have so much metal in that corner that it's not going to work very well.
Yeah.
I also still want to build the other small welding table. And I figured, I could probably just slide it over there too and put it in that area for storage. But now that entire area is just getting filled with like all my welding stuff will not fit in that small corner.
Yeah, you'd have to, I think I like the idea of having your little table, the mobile table, as well as the welder right there.
Yeah.
And then moving your metal pile to maybe underneath your counter or somewhere else.
I'm not sure. I'm not opposed to that. I also sort of was like, I should move the drill press over here.
Yeah, it'd be great to have, because that creates a big mess too. And so that kind of keeps all the messes right there in your corner.
In a way. And it's like, well, if I'm doing any work on the fab table, maybe I'm going to have to drill holes and it would be right here instead of me having to walk almost the farthest 2 points in the shop away from each other. But I don't know. And if I move the drill press, then in theory, I could put the metal where the drill press is.
Yeah.
But I don't,
could move the fridge over to where the drill press is and then put the metal between the fridge and your pallet racking.
Yeah. So there's
kind of little metal space there.
Some sort of reorganization still needs to happen in the shop.
Yeah.
But I have been cleaning. We actually have a free dump pass.
Oh, nice.
To go to the dump, and it ends at the end of the month. So I've been throwing all kinds of stuff in the back of Clifford and getting rid of things. When my buddy Aiden came up to do the Dobinson's swap or suspension kit on the Land Cruiser, he like left me all the shocks and all the the leaf springs and everything. And he's like, "Do you want me to take these?" And I was like, "Dude, I've got to do a dump run anyway. Like, just leave them." And he's like, "Thanks. I didn't want to I didn't want to take them.
I have a treadmill and a table saw. If you're opening up.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, so my brother,
I'm just kidding. I can take care of this.
Because my brother, my parents, and myself all live in the same area, and we all got these dump passes. So I foresee my parents wanting to throw stuff in the back of Clifford and maybe not using theirs. So maybe we can work something out.
Okay.
You could also probably talk to one of your employees who lives in that area that also has it. And he gets one that's even closer at some point in time. But,
lucky him.
Yeah, so I threw out, like, I had a roll of carpet in there when I used to build MORRFlate stuff that we would put on the ground so the hoses didn't get dirty.
Yep.
So I finally took, that's now out of there. All like Clifford's bad fender and front valance and stuff. I was all like, that's all in the back of the truck. There's like an old office desk chair that I had that I didn't know if I was going to use or not at the new house or use where I work on SnailTrail stuff. And so I was like, this has just been sitting in the corner. I'm throwing that out. Like some old coolers and stuff that aren't really that great, that I'm just throwing all this stuff away and just trying to clean the shop out as much as possible. Because at this weekend, I really want to work on Samantha.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to go to Rubathon. I'm probably not going to go out to the Ultra 4 race. I'm not going up to Oregon. My goal is to like start working on Samantha.
Okay. So what is the plan for Samantha for this weekend? Like, what is your goal? What do you hope to get done by the end of the weekend?
At minimum, my goal is to cut off all the tabs and get the axles prepped and almost ready. Like, I don't know if, because I'm putting e-lockers in them, I don't know if I'm going to cut this section out and drill and tap the holes to put the third members in. But like at minimum,
so
my goal
you're still
is
using the Toyota e-locker, right? You're not doing Eaton?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I really want to use Eaton. Just because of the packaging factor of it.
Yeah. The packaging and the ability to swap that third member into any Toyota axle. Right?
Yeah.
If it's an 8-inch third member, any 8-inch axle you can put in. The Toyota e-lockers, you can't do that.
Yeah. And the thing is, I already have 2 Toyota e-lockers set up with 529s.
I know.
So if I were to move over to the Eatons, I'd have to get 2 new Eaton e-lockers and 2 new 529 sets.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, well, I'm just going to build. My thing is, I don't want to really spend any more money on Samantha. So I just need to build it with what I have.
Let's talk off air. We have some really good connections at Revolution.
Okay.
Axle.
All right.
So
anyway, regardless to that, if my minimum goal is to clean the housings up so that they're ready to start putting on brackets and everything from the 4-wheel underground kit.
And those are the housings that you did all the armoring and trusses on?
Yeah. So yes and no. I have another rear axle housing.
Okay.
I don't know where it came from. I don't know when I got it. It was on the axle stand. And so I'm going to do a whole new rear axle.
Okay.
And I never attacked the front axle. When I was working on Samantha. So the front axle is just still the same axle.
Still fresh.
Yeah. No, I did. Sorry. I swapped out with Mike Toronto.
Okay. Gotcha.
First gen
That's
Mike.
what it was. I thought you swapped one out at some point.
I did put an angle brace on a front axle housing. And I think I even did the knuckle gussets, but I swapped out an axle with Mike. I just straight up traded him housings. Right. Like he gave me an empty blank housing and I gave him one that had all the stuff done. A housing that had all the stuff done.
Yeah.
But it's more of I needed to go backwards because otherwise I'd have to cut all that stuff off and clean the thing up. And now I just have to cut off, the leaf spring perches and the shock mount tabs and some other random.
Are you going to be playing with the plasma cutter?
I am. So
nice.
Yeah. I think I talked about it last week, but I brought my Yes welder down and MF Orion hooked it all up in the way that he had his hooked up when he had the Yes welder. And I buttoned the rest of it up at my house. I just now need to connect the compressor and move the diodes or whatever needs to be moved around. And then in theory, I should be able to use the plasma cutter. Never used one before, so that's going to be a fun learning experience. And this also means that now that I'm talking about it. It also means that I've got to charge a GoPro or two because I'm going to film this stuff again and get back on the wheel with all that video stuff. So that's my main goal is just I need to start. Like I don't know exactly how far I'm going to get, but I just need to start.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Nice. So that's cool. Let me know when you're ready to weld up the trailing arms. Cause I think that would be a fun project to weld and tack and get everything going.
Yeah. That's going to be a hurdle by itself for sure. I don't know if Brian always sells them in pieces or if he ever welds them up. Normally when he sends them, I think he doesn't. I think most of the time they're in pieces because it'd be way easier to package that way. But yeah, I think that there's definitely some hurdles that are going to be learned on all of that with the trailing arms. So that'll be a fun project. Yep.
Well, cool, man. I'm looking forward to seeing some progress on Samantha.
Yeah.
And getting some stuff done. And then we'll talk off air about Revolution.
Yep. Okay.
And then, man, hopefully everybody out there has a great weekend this weekend. There's a lots going on. If you guys make it out to any of those events we talked about earlier, let us know how the events were so we can get FOMO and be sad about it and be depressed. And then I guess that's it, man.
Sounds good. Yeah. Cool. I think that's all for me as well. If you want to get a hold of us, you can find me over on Instagram, SnailTrail4x4. Tyler's at 4x4 Toyota Tyler. You can email us, Jimmy or Tyler at SnailTrail4x4.com, or you can phone in and be a part of our Friday episodes, snail mail episodes at 916-345-4744. And let me know which way you guys think I should go with the axles.
Because Jimmy likes to go both ways sometimes.
I do.
And with that, Jimmy, any final words for everybody?
If you're going to the Prairie City off-road event, hit up Jason and Chris. I think they're supposed to both be out there, and I think they're camping out there the whole weekend.
Nice.
And then take them Snail Trail stickers.
Or toy Toyotas.
Toy Toyotas. They love, little Hot Wheel Toyotas. They just love them.
They do.
Yeah.
And with that, my friends, keep growling.
I got one for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
So this one was submitted by a listener.
Oh.
And it was made up by the children.
Is it Corey?
No.
Oh.
No, it was Dan Simpson.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who it is. I don't know if I've met him in person.
I know who you are, Dan. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm the jerk.
See, Jimmy's the asshole.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you call a thief in a candy factory?
A thief in a candy factory? Butterfinger?
Well,
that'd be
a horrible thief.
Okay, yeah. Okay. What do you call a thief in a candy factory?
A fugitive.
Okay.
A fugitive. Fugitive.
Yeah. Okay.
Not bad. I wanted to sort of modify it, but I thought I should leave it the same because a fugitive got away. So what I was going to figure, what do you call a person that stole a bunch of candy? Fugitive.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's not a bad joke.
It's not a bad joke.
Made up by a child?
I mean,
that's pretty decent.
It's just all dad jokes are bad jokes.
You're a dad now.
Shh. There's no proof of that. Keep him away.
Did you get a DNA test? Looks like the milkman.